Joining me now on SportsCenter Coast to Coast is Rosalyn Gold-Onwude. Roz, you're an analyst for the New York Liberty, so I thought it would be great to have you on. Before the hiatus, we saw that in Bump, in which we know that there was a lot of social activism. The women of the WNBA were using their platform, and they were loud and they were proud. Since they've been back from hiatus, what conversations have taken place between the league and the players?
You know, this morning I actually reached out to Swin Cash, who's the first vice president of the WNBA PA, and I was really happy to hear that there was a lot of progress made during the Olympic break, because it was promised that there would be further conversations and action. And she said that the league and the union got together. They didn't just try to dive in and go on their own. They actually sought out the help of people who are experienced in making changes, social, community changes. They spoke to educators, community leaders, activists about how to move forward in a positive way. And so coming out of that, they are going to be releasing some short narrative videos we'll be seeing that soon, some press releases, and they're focusing on town halls, communication from all parts of the parties where people can really get to know each other. And Swin also pointed out there's a big focus on voter registration.
Right.
Getting in those.
That's where it starts.
Exactly. Getting in those local communities of the teams and the players, and getting those people not only to vote for this upcoming presidential election, but for the local leaders who their policies will affect their lives.
Yeah, we all love Swin. She is right, because that's where it starts. You have to start locally before you can make any type of impact. So here's my question. This might be a jump. How do you take the league and these stars that we see behind us right here? And I love the WNBA, but it needs to grow. We all can admit that. And do you believe movements, social movements, attract more fans in a way in which people could say, I'm invested because I know more about her, I know more about their cause, I know more about what they're committed to?
I think that's the word, Cari, investment. You know, that there's a connection between the players and the fan base. When people feel like they know the players, and not only know them, but that those players were invested in their communities, why shouldn't we come out and invest a few dollars and go see a game, or invest 2 hours of our day and go see what these women are doing on the court? Because there's high-level competition. It's in the 20th season, and I must say, I cover the New York Liberty. It's packed. That lower bowl, it's a really nice atmosphere on a summer afternoon or evening. They pack that entire lower bowl. It's not the whole garden,
For sure,
but it's people are dancing in there. It's fun. It's families. It's older people. It's also some people my age. Maybe we're trying to reach out to those younger people to come and connect with the team, but I can speak for New York when I say they're doing a couple things right.
Okay, so obviously I'm a Sparks fan here in Los Angeles, so we're in competition of some sort because
Actually, we really are.
Let's talk about the playoffs, because we're approaching the WNBA playoffs. I want to talk about what the format is, and I want to talk about who you think the MVP will be.
Right. So I actually think the MVP race is tightly coming down between your LA Sparks and the team I cover as the analyst, the New York Liberty.
Sure.
On the Sparks, there's Nneka Ogwumike, who's someone who's a favorite, one of the favorites for the awards with, first of all, the Sparks have been playing so well. Candace Parker's also playing tremendously. Yeah. But Nneka's shooting about 70% from the field, likely to shatter the single-season field goal percentage record. Also, she's my best friend. We played ball together at Stanford.
Okay, so shout out to Nneka.
Shout out to Nneka.
No bias there. No, she's playing well. I know. I'm kidding.
Because she's being great, and she is someone I love. But I actually think the MVP comes from New York in Tina Charles.
Really?
Olympian, starting center for the U.S. team. And for the Liberty, she's leading the league in rebounds, number 2 in points. And I actually spoke with Bill Laimbeer. The Liberty are third in the WNBA playoff race right now. But I spoke with Bill Laimbeer, the head coach, and I said, what do you think about this MVP race? You know, that Tina could potentially not win it. And he said, well, I think if we didn't have Tina Charles, we would be just average at best. Okay. Not only is she giving numbers, this team is successful because of her. And Tina has grown as a leader. And it's a cool story, too, for New Yorkers, because Tina's from Queens. Yeah. She went to Christ the King. Yeah. You know, and it's kind of cool. This is an environment.
Their own.
And that's when fans come to see someone that's really their own.
Yeah. Okay, so my last question for you. This will be a good one. I know that you are also, many jobs, sideline reporter for the Warriors. There's a story. There's a big story there. I don't know if you heard of it. Kevin Durant.
Who's that?
He came to the Warriors.
Oh,
crazy.
Okay, I hadn't heard anything about that.
Crazy. Tell me, you were at the Olympics. Tell me a little bit about his interaction, his chemistry with his new teammates.
I think it's going to be really hard to hate Kevin Durant. You know, because I think it's going to be easy up front to say we're mad that he joined an already good team. But if the Warriors can continue to win, KD plays such joyful basketball, good basketball, and his teammates like him. He's open with, so far what I've seen, open with the media. He's a nice guy.
All right,
you know,
Roz.
he's fun. Maybe
All
I'm
right,
drinking
Roz.
the juice.
All right,
but I
Roz.
just think winning helps, and seeing him be successful, people are going to like him. And what I saw between him and the Warriors guys, I saw they all liked each other. I saw Klay Thompson, once he figured out his role,
Right.
him, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant took turns on who led with scoring.
Love it.
And they did that in an offense on a U.S. team that had a really hard time moving the ball. That offense was very sticky,
Right.
a little stagnant.
Right.
The Warriors moved the ball a lot better. I think you're going to see much more beautiful offense when they move the ball and make the defense have to move and shift, and then gaps open up.
Let me tell you something. I'm excited to see the super team. You are.
You sound like someone who's a Lakers fan.
I am 100% a Lakers fan.
I'm
you
Team
guys.
Luke Walton. I'm Team
so
Luke
we like
Walton.
Luke. Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys give it up for Ross. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. You've enlightened us on all things WNBA and NBA. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you for having me, Cari.
David, back to you in Bristol.